This is the part of the program where we ask about pot ETFs. Those of you who don't know, Tim is our maven on pot. He's long a number of names. He's the portfolio manager of a cannabis ETF, and he sits on advisory boards for cannabis companies. So the full disclosure on all of this. Tim, they've been all over the place, although CNBS is okay. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Bob, you're the one with the psychedelic posters behind you. So, now let's talk about cannabis. The dynamics in the cannabis sector are really extraordinary. And the top down and through the election cycle, we saw 5 new states vote through either adult or medical markets. The top line growth story is 30 to 40%. I don't need to get too deep into the top-down consumption story. This is CPG. This is very sophisticated, and the country's in favor. So it's really going to be about finding the right exposure. So in ETF land, look, we're the only cannabis derivative-free cannabis ETF that's up year to date. And if I looked at my screens coming in, I think we're up about 10.5%. If I'm looking at my Reuters screens this morning, the largest cannabis ETF is down 23%. So this is all about active management. This is all about being someone that's investing in a sector and in the middle of the sector, talking to companies and watching the allocations because it's moving very quickly. But it's notable how profitability in the sector, which was once thought of, hey, growth at any cost, and a lot of the big Canadian names, frankly, were spending money not only that they didn't have, but to build capacity to nowhere. And I think part of the trade has been, first of all, as you would do in any active portfolio on the way down, and it was a vicious bear market, it was about being defensive. It was about finding the best balance sheets. It was about finding the companies that actually hadn't levered their balance sheet or put a bunch of dilutive equity warrants in their structure. So that's really what we're doing at CNBS. And I think the sector, people may or may not believe in what's going on in the cannabis story, but again, this is a national issue, and the macro on it, which continues to be one where states are plugging holes in budgets and fiscal through cannabis legalization, and the country doesn't care. More importantly, it's a very sophisticated consumer product story, and active management and being thematic in this space is what we do, and it's working.
I love that line. It's a very sophisticated story. I don't hear that a lot about pot ETFs, but I appreciate that. This is for intelligent people, Bob. This is not for you, Bob. Well, I'll explain it to other people later on. But thank you for clearing that up for us. I love the Led Zeppelin poster, by the way. Don't think I didn't notice that, all right? I got my eyes open here.
Doing what I can, Bob. Doing what I can.
Fellow old, you're just an old hippie like me. There you go there. Thank you, gentlemen. I very much appreciate it.